You're lying.
100 naira eko, Estambul eko.
Apples. All right, so we're live. This is Flip TV as it is, and we're here to bring you all you need to know concerning things going on in the country and also outside the country, basically, as it is on Lagos today, right here on Flip TV. Welcome to the show. My name is Ebuka Ezobika. So let us kickstart everything. It's the 6th day of December 2023. We're already counting down to the Christmas. Yes, hope you're preparing. Hope you can feel it, like I always ask these days, because these days in Lagos, once it's the noon from 1 p.m. 2 p.m., there is this kind of nostalgia concerning the feelings around when you have the brief harmattans. But after that, after 1 2 hours, the harmattans are off. But then it's just setting us in the mood for the Christmas that is to come. The price of things in the market is soaring. Fuel is also another thing this morning. While coming to work this morning, you could just see fuel queues in many of the fuel stations. Some fuel stations too are not even selling fuel as it is. We're just hoping that we're not going into another season of fuel scarcity, basically, in the country. But that being said, it promises to be a good day, and we're live. So let us start with the newspapers. What are we going to see today in the newspapers? So we have different papers today. We'll just run through a couple of them so that you have a kind of idea of what the papers are serving to us this morning. So let us start with the Blueprint newspaper. All right, now starting off with the Blueprint. On the front page, NGF, that's the Nigerian Governors Forum, JNI, ACF, NEF demands investigation, justice, and compensation. That's the NGF, the Nigerian Governors Forum, the JNI, ACF, Arewa Consultative Forum, and not forgetting NEF. They're demanding investigation, justice, and compensation. Then also moving on to other stories here under the rider, Army's mistake, remark not acceptable. This is according to a group. Terrorists embedded with civilians. We will guard against recurrence. This is coming from the Chief of Army Staff and also the Defense Headquarters. And they are trying to explain what went wrong, why the killing of innocent people, what really went wrong. That is what they're talking about. You see the pictures there, not very good news. Basically, the images are very, very, very bad. Coming from what we're seeing, you see people in hospitals. In fact, many of the newspapers this morning have the same pictures as it is, basically. Spain, India, Netherlands top Nigerians export destination in Q3 of 2023. Governors' biggest beneficiaries of fuel subsidy removal. This is according to NASU. Tinubu returns to Abuja after attending COP28 in Dubai. So we say, Daddy, oyoyo, welcome back to the country as it is. So that is what you find on the Blueprint newspaper. Now, let's switch now to the Nigerian Tribune. Same story. Survivors recount details of Kaduna tragic drone attack. Some of the survivors are telling their story of what really happened, how it happened, painting a picture of how it is. Tinubu, Arewa, NEF, JNI calls for probe. Taori Lagbaja visits village, regrets incident. Taori Lagbaja there is the Chief of Army Staff, visited the village and also to, tell the villagers sorry for what happened, that it was a mistake. This is this is when you say this mistake is very, very costly. Very costly. Now, according to NEMA, that's the Nigerian Emergency Management Agency, you see there 85 killed, 66 injured in that attack, according to the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. Okay, let's switch right now to other papers. Let's see the Punch. Now, the Punch, on their own part, The Punch is saying the death toll hit 120. Yes, we have contradicting figures right now. The Nigerian Tribune is saying so far it's 85, whereas the Punch is telling us that it is 120. Probably some died in the hospitals. Yeah, so death toll hit 120. Villagers allege military bombed twice. That the bomb was not even once; it happened twice. One family loses 32 members. Wow. Just one family lost 32 members in that attack. Very, 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 very sad. Culprits must be punished. Survivors. ACF JNI tells military. The culprits must, because you ask yourself, who gave the orders? Who gave the orders? The army is saying that the terrorists were together with those people, that they went to mix together with them. That's what the military is saying. But then if you see that if you see that these people are together, who then gave the order to, because there will be someone that will give the order for that to happen. So these are the part of the investigations that we are asking for. Army chief begs victims, says soldiers mistook villagers for bandits. Tinubu Atiku mourns. Very sad, very, 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 very sad in that particular instance. Well, you find that story, you see it's in the Punch newspaper. Pictures, very, very horrible pictures. Not something, in fact, you see picture of kids. It's really sad. It's really sad. My heart goes out to people in Kaduna, especially in the village where this really happened. It happened at the time when they were celebrating the Eid al-Maulid. Very, very sad. Joy turns into crying, and death toll keeps increasing in Kaduna. Moving on, let's leave that stories. Basically, the stories everywhere on all the dailies today. In the Nation newspaper, Army explains accidental drone attack. Now they're beginning to explain. Go explain. The evidence now to see is a mistake is what we're asking of right now. How can we tell? Because people have died, and people are still dying because some of the injured ones are already dying in the hospitals. Family, just imagine a family, a person losing 32 members of his family in just an attack. Very, very sad situation. So how would the army explain this? How would they set the right? How would they make this right? Because people are dead. And, VHQ, intelligence showed terrorist movements. Intelligence showed terrorist movements. Our family lost 34 people. NEMA says 85 killed, 66 injured. Tinubu sympathizes. Others probe of incidents. Okay, moving on to other stories. Uzodinma Supreme Court slams 40 million naira cost on Ozekomen. That is coming from Hope Uzodinma. Yeah, Supreme Court slams 40 million naira cost on Ozekomen. Apex Fort frowns at frivolous motion. In that particular one, you see it there in the Nation newspaper. There's still on the Nation, Japa syndrome. Nigerian kills wife in the UK over bills. Wow. A Nigerian man killed his wife in the United Kingdom over bills. This is something that is very, very not good. Yes, he killed his wife because the wife was billing too much. There was so much bills to pay, then he killed his wife. A Nigerian man in the UK. He has been arrested in the United Kingdom. You'll find that story in the Nation newspaper. Let us flip right now to First News. Yes, let's go to First News. House of Reps issues arrest warrants on Kyari, Cardoso, Accountant General, and 17 others. House of Reps issued arrest warrants for Mele Kyari, who is the NNPC, the GMD for the Nigerian National Petroleum Commission, NNPC, and also Cardoso, who is the chief or the president of the Central Bank of Nigeria, and also the Accountant General of the Federation, and 17 others. Why are they issuing arrest warrants? You check more, you read more in the First newspaper. Army drone strike in Kaduna deeply regrettable. This is coming from Bola Ahmed Tinubu as Tinubu returns to Abuja from COP28 in Dubai. Reps vow to recover national assets acquired through fraud. Okay. Comment on Tinubu, Apapa LP faction tackles Peter Obi. Army chief Lagbaja attends burial of army drone strike victims. A mass burial was conducted for the victims, and Army Chief Taurid Lagbaja orders attends the burial of the attack there. Very, very sad once again. Well, Supreme Court fines Ozekome 40 million naira for filing frivolous suit seeking Uzodinma's sack. Interesting times here. Well, you find that in the first news for this morning. Now, moving on to the business side of things, the Business Day newspaper. Inside multi-billion naira extra code racketeering. If you want to know more concerning this racketeering, you have to read more in the Business Day newspaper. Patients reel over 1,390 antibiotics price jump. Well, this is, we talked about this some days ago, talking about the price of medicines and drugs in the market. We spoke about this. Right now, they said over 1,390 antibiotics. The price is now on the high side. Patients are complaining that they can't afford these medicines anymore. The drugs are expensive. How do we want to survive? How can we cope when the price of the drugs are on the high side? You get sick this period and then you are being told to get drugs. But the thing is that you don't have the money, you don't have the financial capability to get the drugs. Patients that are suffering from asthma, diabetes, they can't get their drugs anymore because the drugs are very, very expensive. They can't afford it any longer. They're already complaining. Some of the ones that have their businesses here in Lagos before, here in Nigeria basically, have shut down their businesses and moved out of the country because of the climate here for business is not favoring them anymore. So right now, it is what it is as the case is. But then again, hopefully something urgent would be done. The big story on the Business Day newspaper, how haulage costs spike spoils Christmas for shoppers. People are really not shopping anymore because there is no money to shop for even the Christmas. It's not like before when we know that people shop. Once it's time for the Christmas, the shops, the marketplace are always bubbling. But right now, everybody's on a low, yeah, on a low. Just like Burna Boy sang in the song, on a low. That's what everybody is right now. Just maintaining that particular price as it is. POS operators buy cash as banks struggle to pay customers. Here we go again. What we fear the most is coming into our very before. I'm talking about POS operators are now buying cash as banks are struggling now to pay customers. Then you ask yourself, why are we having this lack of cash at this point in time in the country? ATM, POS are not paying anymore because of the lack of cash. Anyways, you find that in the Business Day newspaper. Switching right now to this Nigerian newspaper. Tinubu orders probe of Kaduna drone attack. Yeah, you see 66 villagers injured. NEMA confirms. You see the same story here. Basically, it's like I told you, it's on all the pages of the newspapers for this morning. Basically, Nigeria targeting $1 trillion climate change financing privatization, says Edum, talking about the Minister for Finance, Wali Edum. He's speaking here. Federal government to revoke unused oil exploration licenses granted Owando Total Energies. You find that there too in this Nigerian newspaper. Police defuse IEDs near Unimaid. That's talking about University of Maiduguri. No lives lost, says spokesperson. 50 million hectares of Nigerians' arable land uncultivated. Coming from a minister. You want to know the minister? You check in this Nigerian newspaper. All right, let's move now. Let's talk about Nigerian News Direct. That is where we're going to right now. On the front page there, let's see. Okay, different headline on the Nigerian News Direct. Indigenous companies decry multiple taxations, bottlenecks in petroleum industry. Okay, federal government on the top right there. Federal government seeks $1.5 billion funding to lay 95,000 of fiber optic cables. It's $852 million operators debt. Senate issues 48-hour ultimatum to NPA. And that's talking about the Nigerian Port Authorities. There, and on the bottom side, customs intercept 18,100 liters of PMS, 9-trailer loads of foreign rice, others worth 872 million naira. questions to be asked. Custom intercepts 18,100 liters of PMS. And like I said this morning, some fuel stations do not have fuel. We are already having the CUS in scarcity in fuel, while also having scarcity in cash. So you ask yourself now, if investigations are to be done, the right questions should be asked. Where were these fuels taken from? Where were they filled up? Where are they going to? Right questions is what we should be asking at this point. And it's a kudos to the customs for doing the needed there. All right, so in Lagos State here, there's a Lagos to open Okpebi, Mende, or Jota Link Bridge in the second quarter of 2024. Lagos to open Okpebi, Mende, or Jota Link Bridge in the second quarter of 2024. You find that in the Nigerian News Direct. All right, moving on to the Daily Trust newspaper. On the Daily Trust, Northern leaders, others demand compensation. This is now compensation in what form? Is it monetary compensation? Lives have been lost. Lives, not life. Lives have been lost. Families destroyed. Houses. You know, so what form of compensation is what we're asking for right now. Residents narrate ordeal. Tinubu orders probe. We were pursuing terrorists, military. Your statement is insensitive, talking about Shehu Sani. Sanusi, Bamali, others call for calm. Attack, product of recklessness. Amnesty International already weighing into the matter. Because, you know, anyways, we'll talk about this basically in the program. I'm really concerned about this particular issue concerning the killings or the bombing that happened. I'm really concerned about it. Because I ask myself again, why? Now, the army's explanation is that the terrorists ran into the crowd. Now you see that the terrorists they've mingled with the crowd, they've mixed up with the crowd. Are there no other ways? Are there no other ways that you can be able to fish them out? Allow them be at that point, not throwing the first bomb. Then after that one, there was still another attack again. It happened twice. One happened, it happened again the second time. If it happened once, it's a mistake. But if it happened the second time, then that, for me, is not a mistake. And the army should be explaining on who who gave the orders, who ordered that particular attack, who ordered that, yes, the drone should be dropped. These are the questions we should be asking, not giving us excuses that this and this and this. No, these excuses are not forthcoming the way it is. But then again, lives have been lost, properties damaged, houses destroyed, and compensations is what the leaders in the north are asking for. Basically, you see the pictures right there in front of you. Northern leaders, others demand compensation as it is. On the front page of the leadership newspaper, that is where we're going to right now. Let's see the leadership. What are they telling us this morning? Tinubu, northern governors, others demand probe into the matter. They are demanding probe as investigations have commenced. The president is asking for probe to start. Moving on right now to other stories. Petroleum offers $2.5 billion annual investment for Nigeria. Israeli forces kill scores of Palestinians in southern Gaza. Yes, that is on the foreign side. Israeli forces, the killings, they have started again in that particular area. Then let's come now to Imo State. Supreme Court fines Ozekome 40 million naira over frivolous case. Very interesting there. Mike Ozekome, a senior advocate of Nigeria, being fined for bringing in a frivolous case. Interesting times there in Imo State. All right. Now, that is all on the newspapers for this morning. Do well, like I always tell you, if there is any of these issues where you'll be talking about or you want to react on, feel free. You can always drop your comments on the comment section there from the newspapers we have given to you. We'll be going on a short break right now. When we come back, we'll look at other interesting stories here on the program this morning. Don't go anywhere. This is Flip TV. Stay tuned.
100 naira ko, Estambaseku.
All right, so welcome back. This is still Flip TV right here, and we've served you the dailies. What the dailies are offering. So right now, let's go into some of the basic stories that we'll be looking at, and we'll still be touching on many of them. We have some of them lined up for this morning that we'll be talking about. We'll talk about the terrorists. We were after terrorists. Army apologizes for the bombings. We'll talk about Okpebi, Mendage, or Jota Link Bridge. We'll talk about many of these things. But quickly, let us start with the basic trending story right now. What is going on in Kaduna State? Very, very horrible sights. It's something that I'm particularly not really happy about. Now, the army is coming out to explain. Taurid Lagbaja is coming forward to explain. So right now, the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Taurid Lagbaja, on Tuesday described the deadly airstrike that killed 85 people and still counting and injured several others in Kaduna as regrettable. The Army Chief, who visited the site of the mishap that has thrown the nation into a sorrowful mood, apologized on behalf of the Nigerian Army to the community, the government, and the people of Kaduna State. Lagbaja, who visited the victims 2 days after the accidental strike in Igabi area of the Northwest, promised to guard against such an occurrence in the conduct of military operations. As it is, according to Taurid, my assessment of that unfortunate incident of Sunday, December 3, 2023, is that it is grave, regrettable. We will do everything possible to prevent such an occurrence from happening again in the conduct of our operations going forward. As it is, he said about one of the country's deadliest military bombing accidents. The Army Chief was accompanied by principal staff officers from the Army headquarters, and the General Officer commanding 1st Division also met with Odanangala Dima Zazu, who is the district head of Rigasa Architect Aminu Idris, other leaders and members of the community. 85 were killed in the airstrike by the Nigerian Army at Tundubiri village in the Igabi local government area of Kaduna State, in one of the country's deadliest military bombing accidents. May the soul of the departed continue to rest in peace, basically as it is. Okay, let's leave that heartbreaking story. The army, I'll say they will commence investigation. The president has ordered probe in that issue, and everybody in the country is basically a black day. Over 100 innocent people that we're celebrating have just been cut off like that. December, the end of the year, a time to celebrate. But for these families, one man said he has lost how many? Over 30 of his family members. Over 30 of his family members. It's basically not something that anybody is happy about. Let's leave that story right now. Let's look at this video. We'll talk about a man that is lamenting as only 3 passengers boarded a flight from Abuja to Asaba. Yeah, from Asaba basically to Asaba to Abuja. Talking about Lord Zeus. He's a popular Instagram skit maker and also an influencer basically. He complained about the price of airline tickets in the country. People are really not flying locally anymore, unlike before. And why is that so? Is because the price of flights in the country right now is basically on the high side. All right, so he complained and he hoped that something urgent would be done. Because imagine flying in an aeroplane and in just 3 people basically in a full aeroplane, and it has to move because these people have paid. It's expensive. Flights costing over 150,000 naira from Abuja to Asaba. From Lagos to Anambra is costing way over 150,000, 120,000 naira. And by road, why people are not traveling by road, we know the reasons. Security issues in the country, kidnapping. No one wants to get kidnapped basically as it is. But then, how many people can afford, or how many can really afford the flight fees? How many people really can afford it? So these are the things he's talking about as it is. All right, now let's move. Let's leave that story. Let's come to Lagos and talk about the Okpebi. Mende Ojota link bridge that would be ready very soon, as it is right now in Lagos State. The governor of Lagos State, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, has come out to say that, okay, that the Okpebi link bridge, everything would be set as it is from the second quarter of 2024. That so we should start expecting that link bridge, because at least it will help for commuters, basically, as it is. Now, the Lagos State Governor, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, on Tuesday said the Okpebi Mende Ojota link bridge and other arterial roads connecting the bridge would be ready for commuters by the second quarter of 2024. The construction of the bridge is in line with Babajide Sanwo-Olu's administration's commitment to the second pillar of the theme's development. Now, speaking with journalists at the Odo Iyaleru area of the state after an inspection tour of the Okpebi Mende Ojota link bridge on Tuesday, Governor Sanwo-Olu said the project, conceived over a year ago, is currently at about 65% completion stage. Governor Sanwo-Olu was accompanied by his deputy, Dr. Obafemi Hamzat, and some members of the State Executive Council, members of the Lagos State House of Assembly, and other key stakeholders during the inspection tour expressed satisfaction with the level of ongoing construction works done by the contractors. According to him, the Okpebi Mende Ojota link bridge, when completed, will in no small measure solve major traffic issues and provide alternative routes for motorists plying Toyin, Allen, Okpebi to access Ojota, and those from Maryland to connect Ikeja and its environs, adding that it will also decongest traffic on Kudirat Abiola Way and the Mobolaji Bank Anthony Way also. So good one. We expect this to be done in no distant time. And I want to say kudos also to the government of Lagos State in that regards. And still talking about Lagos State, let's talk about LASEPA. Yes, talking about LASEPA. LASEPA is the Lagos State Environmental Protection Agency. LASEPA is coming out with a Christmas or a December message to all Lagosians. And this is coming from the Director General Manager LASEPA, Dr. Babatunde Ajayi. His message, he says, as we approach the festivities, remember that your neighbors also have the right to enjoy a pollution-free celebration. Let us endeavor to celebrate responsibly. This is the message coming from LASEPA, and also as the General Manager of LASEPA, Dr. Babatunde Ajayi, is saying that everybody should try to accommodate each other, and don't forget that your neighbors also have the right to enjoy a pollution-free celebration. Pollution in all ramifications, talking about from your environment, cleanliness, pollution from generators, smokes, fumes from cars. So as you're celebrating all these things, also know that your neighbors too deserve a peaceful and a pollution-free celebration. Some of you that have generators that are very smoky, you turn on your generating plants or generating sets, the smoke coming out from this particular, from the exhaust pipe is enough to harm your neighbor. So please, do unto yourself what you want others to do for you. I don't know how the saying goes, but just do something that, at least would be helpful in that particular regards to your neighbor. So thank you so much, LASEPA, and also thank you to the good people of Lagos State. The government of Lagos State basically doing a yeoman's work when it concerns the safety of Lagosians during this period. And we must really, really commend the government of Lagos State in this regards. And we here in Lagos this morning, we also want to congratulate the Lagos State government for trying to do a whole lot as it regards the safety of Lagosians, even in this period. Now, lastly, in Lagos today, the Lamata, talking about Lagos State traffic people too, talking about Lamata, they said over 400,000 commuters use the Blue Rail Line. Over 400,000 have used the Blue Rail Line. This is coming from Lamata. In an assessment done by Lamata, they have come out to tell us that, okay, so far, over 400,000. The Lagos State Metropolitan Area Transport Authority have revealed that over 400,000 passengers so far have used the Blue Rail Line as it is. So good one. The numbers increasing and helping in commuting Lagosians from one point to another. the managing director of Lamata, talking about Abimbola Akinyajo, highlighted the system's efficiency during a press conference while commemorating Lamata's 20th anniversary recently. According to him, he emphasized the seamless transition to the electric mode, maintaining 52 daily trips without delays, while plans to increase the daily trips to 76 were already in consideration. Now, according to the Lamata boss, despite initial challenges with the Marina My Two-Face, the Blue Line has evolved into a success story since its commercial launch on September 4th. So good one, good one. I know many people are already using the train service in Lagos State. In fact, since it started its operations, so far we've not heard any negatives. In fact, we've had so many positives that we have seen, so many of them. And yes, we must celebrate with the Lagos State government. And as time goes by, like we already heard, they will increase the number of trips from over 52 right now. They'll be moving like over 72 daily trips. And because the numbers keeps increasing, even as the Lagos State government are trying to lay more tracks in different areas that we know that the train also can also work. So kudos to the Lagos State government, as even you can see the dividends of democracy here in Lagos, as even taxpayers' money are being used, are being put for the people of Lagos State. We can see it with our eyes that taxpayers' money are being put in good use here in Lagos State. All right, we'll go on a short break right now. When we come back, some other talking points. We'll be looking at basically for what is going on in the program this morning. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
100 Nereko, Estambaseko.
It's a mountain of taking delivery of our hanging inheritance. There are things about your life and my life that will never have an answer except at Shiloh.
I want to return the glory to God of this commission.
9 years of shame, barrenness, and childlessness terminated.
After Shiloh in December, I got pregnant for the first time in my marriage.
When I went for the scanning, they brought the results. He said, I don't understand your results.
Strength has come back. God has renewed me.
2017, one of my sisters got married. 2018, another one got married. 2019, another one got married. 2020, I am glorious.
He has prepared a table of fat things for us at Shiloh. This Shiloh shall be your Shiloh in every sense of
All right, welcome back. This is still Flip TV, and there you have it, the General Overseer of the Living Faith Church, talking about Bishop David Oyedepo, talking about the Shiloh coming up very soon. As you're already aware, the month of December, most times like this, we have the Shiloh. Shiloh always coming up alongside other church programs, different places. If you're in Nigeria, you know at this particular point, the Redeemers, the Shiloh people, let me put it that way, and also the experience. So everything is going on different celebrations as long as church programs are concerned. So I want to wish them all the best, and hopefully they will keep praying for Nigeria as it is. All right, welcome back. It's still Flip TV. You're watching. My name is Ebuka. Now let's go strictly into basic talking points for today's show, and we're talking about the bombings that happened in Kaduna. What really went wrong? How was that? How do we allow that kind of mistake happen? Lessons learned. What are we going to do about it? It's all excuses. It's all blames. It's all trying to, lay the blames on who brought the army. And if anybody is going to take the blame in this particular issue, the head has to take the blame. The president is already in the country, and the president is the number one citizen. In fact, he is the chief as it is. Yes, he's the commander, the Grand Commander of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. They're talking about GCFR. The president also, he has called for a probe into the situation. The chief of army staff, defense ministers, everybody has to. In fact, we want to start seeing results. We want to start seeing results basically as it is. We don't want to start hearing yes, say. Who gave the order? It's a simple question. Who gave the order? Which plane was that the command was made? Yes, they say they had intelligence that the terrorists have moved into the crowd. Now, if the terrorists have moved into the crowd, why not send ground forces? Yes, the armies on ground should go into the crowd. Not you saying that everybody should know. It's very, very sad. Right now, the entire country, as you know, is in mourning. Over 120 innocent souls. A family lost over 30-something people in that same attack. Children dead, women, men, everybody dead in that attack. And right now you're saying sorry. Now these people are dead already. Some families, the full generation is gone. A full lineage has been wiped off. Yes, because in that particular place, we read that I found from the survivors that the attack didn't happen once. It happened twice. Like I said earlier, if it happened just once, then you can say that there's a mistake. But it's happening again the second time. They are trying to recover from one explosion onto the next. Why? On the name of killing terrorists. It is very, very sad as it is. It is very, 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 very sad. We have to know who is going to take the blame. And not just, yes, we have to see these on TV. Yes, this is the army person. This is the commander that was in charge of that particular attack. He gave the order. We want to hear names. We want to see the punishments that will be let out to the commander and those involved in this particular attack. It's not an attack that we should fold our hand and say and just yes, say. No. At least if it happens now, God forbid it happens another time. There should be lessons learned. And this is not the first time, basically, that we are hearing that a mistake like this happened. It has happened in time past. Yes, it has happened in time past that a mistake attack happened and innocent souls were lost. It has happened before, but this one is now something that is now, the numbers in this particular regards are way more. Even if it's one person that died, it's still a human being that died. Not just an animal. Humans' lives are being lost as it is right about now. And it's something that basically that nobody really is happy about. So the defense minister, the president, the chief of army staff, everybody has to do what has to do more in this particular regard as it is basically. So let's see the actions that would be taken. The burial has been done yesterday immediately, according to Muslim rites. A mass burial was done for the bodies that could be recovered. Others are saying the hospital recuperating. The northern elders are asking for compensations. Buildings, the houses destroyed. Mosques are already scattered as it is. So basically, we want to start seeing results as the case is this morning. All right, that is it on the show this morning, basically on Lagos this morning. We will come your way again tomorrow on the program, and just to bring you more updates concerning things going on in the land. My name is Ebuka Ezubika. Stay blessed, and we'll catch you again tomorrow. Thank you. Please don't kill me.
Estambul Seku.